out of a court. They're all fraud. I know, I'm fighting them all the time. This is some of the cost orders that have been against me and I've beat them, but some of them I have to pay. But if you look at the Act of Habeas Corpus of 1679, it states that no cost order can be issued except by a jury sitting in a judicial function. No single judge can sit in judgment of any person. They're doing it. Why? Because we've allowed them to do it. That's why I said, there is a lot of complex things that you need to learn, but stop trying to learn those things now, learn the basic things. You're right. First thing, tape. We can teach you the rest. Get a copy of the Constitution. That is a must. It is a lot of money, I know. I had to scrape myself because I'm living off what I earn. And I don't get much time because I'm travelling around talking to people. But the issue is, you can't afford it. It's worth learning. It's definitely worth reading. And it is your authority over the Parliament that is there to serve you. Not themselves. Not their parties.
Could you tell us again where to get that book from, the Constitution, please?
Mart, U-P-M-A-R-T.
Yeah.
P.O. Box 124.
Elwood,
Victoria. Don't ask me what the postcode is.
I have heard it's on the internet. Some uni student put it on there. Someone did a couple of that.
Yeah, but I believe there's sections missing out of it. Yeah, you're better off getting it there. We have been trying for a while to get a publisher here because we have had some quotes, but when we've actually gone to get it, they've either been too little.
We can actually get a soft version printed if you really want them.
Yeah.
Pretty cheap.
Just to let others know, you can get pen cameras.
Yeah.
They're very good. $22 on the internet.
Yeah, you can get a watch.
But if you get one black.
A lot of phones recorded
because
as well.
the actual lens can't be seen, whereas if you get a silver one, it can be seen.
Yeah.
Wear it in your pocket with lots of other pens.
Yeah.
Well, there's been some films taken in court. Now they're going to use Section 15 of the Magistrate Court Act, which has no jurisdiction anyway. I've read it, it's a load of crap. It doesn't even give them any authority to hold you in contempt of the court. How can you be held in contempt of the court filming your own personal court?
Yeah. What you do is you go through the... when you turn the camera off, I'll tell you how to get them in.
Yeah, well that's something we will discuss out of the camera because we have had a lot of success taping in the court, including the Supreme Court, including an appeal I've got, and that's going to front up on the internet, on YouTube very, very shortly. Oh, it come across very clear. Not that I want to see my ugly mug on there, but the voiceover was as clear as a bell. The one in the Kalgoorlie court needs some adjusting to bring up the background and reduce the front noise.
That's what the pens do.
Yeah.
Flash.
Unfortunately, that's a product of the pen. We don't need somebody talking up front. We need somebody talking in a different area and somebody recording it so that you get an even voice over. That's something you can discuss amongst yourselves. I do not take them into court.
Yeah,
tongue in cheek.
The
issue is, if you take it in the Supreme Court, they're going to pop you straight away. They're going to slam you in jail for 3 months, contempt of court. It's not contempt of court. It's your court. They threatened when I was in there only a week and a half ago. The registrar threatened me that they're going to strip search everybody going in the court. I said I wouldn't even go down that road because the first time you do, you're going to get done for rape. By the way, these drug tests where they go into your mouth, that's rape. And if they try it on you, because they will try it on you, you tell them, that's rape. You're entering my body without my permission. You know it's rape.
Really?
Right?
That's a breathalyzer.
Breathalyzer's the same. They're depriving you of your liberty for stopping you. They're raping you with both those things.
Is it worth saying you're operating under protest of duress, but every time if you are complying with them?
No, you just say, I will comply with what you're doing, but what you're doing is committing a criminal offence. I'm just letting you know you are raping me by putting that inside my body. You make up your mind where you're going.
It does ravel. Yeah.
Oh, it does, but on the tape you read their registration number.
Yeah.
Because you can put in a formal complaint about that. And they can't do anything about it.
But it really boils down to is education and numbers. That's all it is.
Well, that's it. The greater the number of us who get together and stand up to them, they'll start to listen.
So if we can...
The unfortunate thing is blokes like me are getting older. I mean, I haven't got one foot in a banana skin, the other one in a coffin yet, but I'm 62 years old and I'm not getting any younger.
Lucky you.
Who said that? Grandpa, The thing is, we are getting older. We need to instill our ideas, our values and our thoughts into the younger generation.
That is the key, because you've got to get them in.
It's the younger ones that can make a bigger difference.
Yeah.
I'm supporting a chap by the name of Brendan O'Connell, and he's up for anti-Semitism and basically freedom of speech. He's also discovered a lot of things in the way the security is in Australia.
What, courts?
The security of Australia.
There isn't any.
The security is held in Israel.
Yeah.
G4S, the system in the courts, have a look on the badges of the court people at G4S, held by Verint that in Israel. The Sydney trains are all held under Verint in Israel. The bus bombing in England, Verint, Israel.
They're a multinational security company that operate in this country. They are operating contrary to the Constitution because to operate a foreign army in this country, which is what they are,
Yes, that's
you
right.
need a referendum of the people.
Yep.
That's why I said it goes back to the point that you need a large number of people to stand up and say, you're not having it.
Mm.
When I was in the court the other day, I deliberately stirred them up.
Can we not support you doing this? Can we not support you doing this? You said you only needed the minimum of 7
well,
people.
it's
What it is, all of us just bring a mate along next time.
That's right.
And then they bring a mate along, right?
Yeah.
If you all fronted up in the court and stood there and every time the judge said something that was wrong, stood up and said, we don't agree, comply with the Constitution, he would tell you to get out and you just stand up and say, excuse me, this is our court.
Yeah.
We are telling you to abide by the law. Now, for you to do that is not an easy thing because you're going to be worried about getting knocked off for contempt. That's the first thing they threaten you with. You turn around and say, excuse me? Well, you're not abiding by the law, you're in contempt. I've told Wayne Martin that plenty of times. It gets up his nose. And I like getting him upset because as soon as he gets upset, he carries on like an absolute moron. But the thing is, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
It's not something, like, I can't do it all. It's an impossibility. And sooner or later, and I think it's sooner, they're going to try and declare me vexatious. If they do that, they're going to stop me going into the court. I need to push the issue of a public officer.
Yeah.
If I get that authority, they can't. All the issues I raise in the court are points of law. Points of the Constitution, always in law. I attack Wayne Martin and all the judges in law. While I stick to the law, I'm not vexatious. I have to be very, very careful where I step. I also, while I'm putting points to the law, irrespective of how I put them, I mean, I throw in the odd, you're a fraudster and a liar and a few other things, which I like doing because it gets his attention, makes him listen to what I'm saying, although he's a bit pretty aggro. The issue is, you have to step very, very carefully in the court. I learnt to do it through year after year in the police force going into courts. It is not an easy thing. I can teach people, I am teaching a whole group of people at present, and they are having success. They're starting to stand up for themselves, both in Geraldton, Kalgoorlie and a few other places. But it needs other people like me, but there isn't any. So I'm training this group and hopefully they'll spread out and train others. It has to be a domino effect.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're all going to have to be able to walk into court and say, excuse me, these are my rights. Yeah. Now you comply with them. Because that's what the judge is supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
They sit up on their little bench right by like little guys, but they're not. They actually should be sitting below you because they're actually your servant. And this is what people can't understand.
But they'll tell you that it's their court.
Yeah, well, as soon as they tell you it's your court, like Wayne Martin, the last time he said that to me was the last time he said it. I stood up and I said, excuse me, this is our court. It's not yours at all. You are our servant. Act like it. Start doing what we tell you. It's all here in the book.
Yeah, well,
By this book. That's what tells you what to do. Now do it.